Hey guys, this is me inspecting an 18 unit property. And what I try to do when I do these inspections is I'm always like, first just building rapport. I enjoy talking to these property managers. This guy's an on-site resident manager. He is absolute gold. What he's saying to me, I like to really, you have to listen and just take in, because these guys who live on the property, especially if it's a guy like this who like loves what he does, he gets basically free rent to take care of this property, and he really does a good job, because most properties I look at, they're a little on the slummy side when there's an out-of-state investor, and this is the owner of this property is out of state. But then this guy basically takes care of the property. The rents are about 10 to 15% below market, and I just like to chum it up with these guys. You learn a lot from these guys. You just gotta like really listen to these guys. And he's telling me about the years on the large ticket items, the HVAC. He tells me about the roof. I can see the roof because it's raining. So even though I'm pretty quiet during these inspections, because I like to just let people talk and learn about them and learn about the property, during that entire time, I am just listening, I'm videotaping, I'm like thinking about so many things, but I really only say a few things because I really like to let these property managers talk, because a guy like this is absolute gold. He can tell you the age of the property. He's been there for 15 years. He tells you about the demographics. He even throws in that most tenants are white or like this or that, and you just learn so much. Whereas like when you do a property walk and you're just with the broker, I mean, it's kind of obvious they're just selling you something. But this broker is pretty straightforward too. She really goes into,
because I have the same, I have a little dog.
because she's basically limited on time. So when you're looking at these properties and you're trying to understand real estate, you have to look at the entire picture. For this property, it used to be her listing, and it fell out of off the MLS because the owner decided that they were just tired of dealing with buyers who didn't have cash or whatnot. And now she's really trying to sell it because she knows that she might lose this listing. So she's really just being straightforward on the goods, the pros and the cons. And this guy here is, like I said, he's gold, because he's just telling me all sorts of things about this property. He'd like in all honestly, like you have to really get along with these guys, because he is basically the gatekeeper for this property. And me being an out-of-state landlord, he's, I've got to trust this guy to do what he can. And I think he really is taking good care of this property. He kind of treats it like its own, and he doesn't overkill. Like a lot of times you see they overbuild and they're always trying to create jobs, but this guy basically, he just is happy with what he has. He has a free rent, and he just takes care of the place. And if there's any emergencies, it might be a big cost like a capital improvement, but if it's not, he just maintains them, and they're like from the 70s properties, but then they're in pretty good shape. So that's like where the money's at. That's the key point, is a property that's well maintained over time reduces your capital expenses, things like roofs, and like if you have leaks over time, then those can be $10, $20, $30,000 to do these major expenses, capital expenses. But if you got a guy on site like this who manages the building, takes pride in what he does, and you pay him well, then man, like they are worth gold.
Just this one and the corner, the other corner of it?
Yeah, I showed you this too, 5 and 6.
This, okay, fine. Yeah.
And we're gonna look at this one on the second floor, I think, which is a large one-bedroom.
Okay.
We will continue to.
And it was the same, they split it.
We've never gotten into this many rooms.
Oh, awesome.
That's why I was willing to wait.
Thank
I
you
said,
so
let's
much.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I know, I appreciate that. Yeah,
And here's the laundry room, Fred.
okay, laundry.
We have on-site laundry, 2 washers, 2 dryers, coin operated, and we also have a house. And and the building owns the washers and dryers.
So there's no commercial contract, Fred, which is a very
Yeah,
big
those
positive.
long-term,
They're terrible.
things where
You get to
They
keep
really
the
get
hours.
you.
I've done that.
They lock you in for a
For
long
5
time, and they're
years.
automatic with renewals, and you can't get out of them. It's terrible.
I had that on a building back home, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's the same thing
Yes.
here, where
Yeah, probably
They wanna-
similar companies.
Yeah,
Commercial
sign
Laundry,
6 years.
McRae, Coinomatic.
And then they-
the same thing, just
So this is a
upstairs and downstairs.
2-bedroom.
So these are the efficiencies.
That's the efficiency.
That's smart.
Exactly.
Yeah. So these basically, did it have 2 doors and they just?
Yes.
Oh, it already had the 2 doors.
A lot of property has. Hi. A lot of property.
You'll understand this
You'll
when I
see
show
a lot
you.
of buildings in
Okay.
Florida have 2 doors. A lot of them do.
And that's like, it's okay with like code and all that
Yeah.
stuff? Okay. To just have 1 door.
Hey, it's Brian.
Yes.
Anybody home?
So let's get
Quickly, the man may be sleeping, I'm not sure.
You want to go check
Number
first?
16.
Okay.
So we're gonna be quiet and quickly. As you can see, doors here.
Door that to the studio.
That door goes.
Yeah, on the other side.
a studio.
It's been insulated and drywalled over on the other side. There is no door on the other side. for the efficiency.
I'm sorry. Just let me take a quick picture.
So that's 16 and 16B. It's separated them. It's a good idea.
Yes, see, this is the large unit, which actually retrieves larger rent. Because this has the actual,
There's a
has
one
an actual
bedroom.
dining room.
Oh, should I close the front?
No, it's
No
okay,
cats?
there's no pets.
You know all the.
I know all of that's right.
You did.
And nobody's in the bedroom.
And we have an actual,
For AC though, there's only this unit, and then that
the-
one has the window or
that
something.
has a window
The
shade.
studios have the wall unit.
Yeah.
Correct. But everybody else is central
Yeah,
AC.
Yeah.
and most of the
Now I see.
thermostats have been upgraded as well.
Okay.
It's to the digital. But yeah, you see, in the
This is a nice
bathroom-
layout.
The bathroom's identical.
They're actually all very good
Yeah,
layouts.
they're all identical, and
Nothing's-
cookie cutter,
Yeah.
okay, and, same, bath.
Yeah, this is-
The exact same linen closet. So,
They all have this 60s floor, but it's
Yeah.
kind of coming back now.
You know what's so funny is it actually is.
Is
And I
it?
was saying it looks
Yeah, it's
actually
like
looks good.
mid-century kind of
Yeah.
look.
Which is very big.
as you
Yeah.
can see, the bedroom has.
Mid-century modern,
It
yeah.
measures exactly
This
the
is
10
cool.
by 12,
Uh huh.
and, so,
Yeah, it's-
well, like I said, we'll see those
The
outside
view. I mean,
areas
you
per
see
se.
these. Everything's like tropical. It's.
And then you've
Not-
got the AC handler in the
Yeah.
hot water.
Yeah, so this is the AC.
Yeah, open it.
There's a water heater. Where's the water heater?
Because of this unit has the 2-bedroom, it has a larger water heater, which is located in the laundry
they have
room
this
for this
little-
unit.
Alarm thing, right?
Fred, did you hear that?
Sorry, no.
The water heater is in the laundry room for this unit.
Yeah, right. And
For this
this is the if the condensate drain backs up, it'll back up into here. This electronic will shut down the unit so that you don't flood water all over the place.
Yeah, that's good that they have that.
Yes, that's a nice safety feature.
So it doesn't just flood.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
But yeah, so it gives it a little more space that the
Yeah,
water heater.
without the water heater in this one, yes.
Okay.
And this unit upstairs, both of these larger ones, the water heaters have been replaced.
Yeah, everything looks good. Like you can tell. So are there any leaks on the roof?
No, the roof is fairly new. It's
Oh,
only about
okay.
5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
I guess
No, it's 10.
9 or
It's
10.
10.
Yeah, now I think about it.
It's 10, but it's a solid roof.
But it's because or else you'd be
Yeah, you
seeing
would see
all-
the leaks.
Yeah, you'd see leaks
signs of
everywhere.
leaks.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Especially on a day like this.
Right. No, the roof does not leak.
Yeah.
Can we get into it more? Or we good?
Oh, it's one of those.
Oh,
What do you-
I love it. Look at this, Fred.
It's a
Look
flat
at the
roof.
red carpet, man.
Really?
Let's
Oh, I
let's
get to
go
see
look
everything?
at the pool again because it's interesting to see it from the second floor. It's a good view. I have the garden right here. It's so pretty.
These are Mansour or something. The name of the roof. Oh, yeah, this is kind of cool. So basically, that's like the highway.
Now you get that.
The
That's
one.
federal highway.
Yeah, but
But
you can't
every
feel it when you're
national
down here.
tenant, Every store, every Whole Foods, Publix, everything you could, every restaurant you could ever want is all in this corridor,
Yeah, except for Taco Bell. There's no Taco Bell.
and that
Yeah.
upsets you apparently. But there are taco shops, just not Taco Bell.
Oh, exactly. There's two.
It's like Southwest Tex-Mex places.
Three taco places.
All shutters. So there's a lot of good stuff here.
What are we seeing?
He's interested in the dead areas. I'm going to show him the dead areas.
Okay. Be
So
careful.
this is the laundry room right here.
That's the one.
not using them, but.
I need the key.
So I forgot already, but it says in the brochure how many parking spaces, but there's plenty. So a lot of the features of this property,
Is B.
without a doubt, but a lot of other properties don't have. They don't have a lot of parking, or they don't have shutters, or they don't have a pool. In this one, a pool is good because the tenants actually used a pool. A lot of Class C
This
properties, a pool is not of any use except the liability to the seller. So in this one, it actually adds value.
Totally.
And it's gated.
They actually use it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And it's gated and locked? Okay.
yes, this building only has one spot per apartment. And you see them
We have
stacked
about
up, you see them stacked up.
28, I think I want to say.
Having a lot of parking is not a bad I mean, that's a
It's
great...
a nice selling point.
That is a
They
great
park double
thing,
deep, and half the cars hanging out in the end of the street half the time.
You gonna take them around the back?
So this is... So the whole thing is cinder. That's just siding,
Remember
right?
to like, subscribe.
Siding. Oh yeah,
hit
they could
that
remove that.
Yes,
In fact,
it's decorative.
because
yeah, I would
have
actually
more of
remove
these
that. It's
greenfield
termite eaten.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't need that.
No,
You
you
just
don't.
not on the
You paved on
cement.
it.
A lot
Yeah,
of them
I
in
would just
Florida,
compare that.
California, some are in Texas, Indiana, Minneapolis. I go around and I buy multifamily properties, and I do flips, I do construction, all sorts of things. Anything to do with real estate, even commercial real estate, and I'm all about mindset
But the problem with
and
that building
really working hard to get what you to get to this point. It's not easy, it's not simple. There's so many things going on when you're inspecting a property. In my mind, I'm literally crunching numbers. I'm crunching the ROI, the return on investment on any repairs I can do to these units to make them more desirable within reason. Can I raise 10%? Can I spend $1,000 on the floors and get $100 more rent? That's a 10% return on investment over the year. It's actually a little bit better. You just gotta when you get to the point where you do this so much, I literally walk hundreds of properties to find one property, guys. I literally look at thousands of properties
super valuable
and run numbers on them in order to come down to one property that I actually purchase. And it's not easy, guys. It's something that you really have to learn in depth and know the ins and outs in order to make money, because the thing about real estate is it is not easy, it's not simple, it's not a get rich quick scheme or anything like that like a lot of gurus sell you. It's a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of knowledge and good decision making, especially in an environment like this where we're in an environment where we are hitting values that are, if you're into stocks, we're at high PE ratios, we're at high price to rent ratios for real estate, and that's okay. We can still make money, we can still make cash flow, and we can still do value add properties in order to add value to these properties and make them worth more. And by worth more, I mean you buy a property for 1.5 mil, make it into a $2 million property. You buy a property for 500,000, you make it into a $700,000 property.
And I'll show you guys on a map.
Easy to say. The simple thing is you buy low, you fix it up, and you do all the right things over a long period of time, and then you sell it for as high as possible at the right time. All right, guys. Well, anyways, I'm out. Please subscribe. Talk to you later.
Entrance area, which is through this beautiful neighborhood. But let me